Feeling overwhelmed by information overload? Buried under endless notes, tabs, and ideas that never seem to connect? Imagine transforming chaotic thoughts into clear, actionable insight in minutes. This video reveals how to visually organize complex information using a method aligned with how your brain actually thinks, bypassing cognitive overload and turning abstract ideas into structured, intuitive maps that accelerate understanding, problem-solving, and breakthrough thinking. Stop drowning in information. Start mastering your mind. Welcome to LernXpress, where we equip you with science-backed mind-hacking techniques for peak mental performance. In today's episode, Mind Mapping Mastery, visually organize complex information for instant clarity. You'll discover how to sculpt scattered ideas into powerful visual frameworks. We'll break down the neuroscience that makes mind mapping a cognitive superpower, explore real-world applications across business, learning, and creativity, and guide you step by step in building mind maps that actually work. By the end of this video, you won't just understand mind mapping. You'll have a practical system to conquer complexity, think more clearly, and spark innovation in every area of your life. Let's begin with the basics. A mind map is a visual diagram that organizes information around a central idea, using branching connections to link related concepts. Popularized by Tony Buzan in the 1970s, the technique was inspired by how the brain naturally learns, not in straight lines, but through networks of associations. Unlike linear notes, mind maps radiate outward, allowing ideas to flow freely and revealing the bigger picture at a glance. Now, the neuroscience, why does this actually work? The human brain is optimized for visual and spatial information. Visual inputs are processed far more efficiently than dense text, activating multiple brain systems at once. Mind mapping engages sensory regions for visual structure, while working memory networks across the hippocampus, parietal cortex, and prefrontal cortex handle meaning, integration, and decision-making. By clustering information into visual chunks, mind maps reduce cognitive overload and bypass the narrow limits of short-term memory. Instead of forcing your brain to hold long lists, they distribute information across space, making it easier to understand, remember, and connect. Research consistently shows improved comprehension and measurable gains in memory retention when information is organized visually and non-linearly. Even more powerful, mind maps enhance creativity. Their branching structure promotes divergent thinking, allowing ideas to expand in multiple directions without rigid constraints. This encourages deeper connections, novel insights, and solutions that linear thinking often suppresses. In short, mind mapping works because it aligns with how your brain is built: visual, associative, and pattern-driven, turning complexity into clarity. Let's look at chronically proven real-life applications of mind mapping, where this tool moves from theory to tangible results. In business, mind mapping is a powerful systems thinking tool. Imagine a project manager planning a product launch. At the center sits new app release. From it branch core domains: marketing, development, budget, legal, and risks. As sub-branches grow, dependencies become visible. Development delays ripple into marketing schedules. Budget constraints affect feature scope, and regulatory risks influence timelines. What would be buried across emails and spreadsheets becomes instantly visible. This clarity helps teams identify bottlenecks early, allocate resources more efficiently, and make informed trade-offs before problems escalate. In education, students use mind maps to tame information overload. An essay begins with a central thesis, branching into arguments, supporting evidence, counter-arguments, and conclusions. Instead of juggling fragmented notes, learners see how ideas connect, where gaps exist, and how to strengthen logic. Research in educational psychology consistently shows that such visual organization improves comprehension, recall, and the ability to synthesize complex material, especially when learning abstract or interdisciplinary topics. For creative professionals, mind mapping unlocks innovation. Writers map a central character, branching into motivations, conflicts, relationships, and themes. Designers map a concept, branching into aesthetics, user needs, constraints, and emotional impact. Because ideas are not forced into linear order, unexpected connections emerge, the birthplace of original twists, narratives, and solutions. The benefits go far beyond organization. Mind mapping enhances problem solving by breaking complex challenges into structured components, making patterns, relationships, and root causes easier to identify. It supports creative thinking by encouraging visual association and divergent exploration, allowing ideas to expand rather than collapse under rigid structure. Productivity also improves. Studies and workplace surveys consistently report gains in efficiency, faster learning, and clearer communication when teams adopt visual thinking tools. While exact percentages vary by context, the underlying mechanism is consistent: reduced cognitive load, faster sense-making, and fewer misunderstandings. In learning environments, mind maps transform abstract information into interconnected knowledge structures, strengthening long-term memory and conceptual understanding rather than rote memorization. In short, mind mapping doesn't just help you manage information. It changes how you think about information. Ready to move from theory to practice? Let's break it down step by step. Let's turn theory into action. Mastering mind mapping starts with a simple process, but when done correctly, it rewires how you think. Step 1. Start with a central idea. Place your main topic at the center of a blank page or digital canvas. This acts as a cognitive anchor. Use a bold keyword, symbol, or image. Visuals activate memory circuits faster than words alone. Your brain needs a clear focal point before it can expand. Step 2. Add main branches. From the center, radiate outward with the core subtopics. Keep each branch short, one word or a tight phrase. This forces clarity and prevents overload. Use curved lines instead of rigid ones. The brain processes organic shapes more naturally, improving engagement and recall. Step 3. Expand with sub-branches. Now go deeper. Add supporting details, examples, data points, or questions. This is where understanding forms. Don't censor yourself. Let ideas flow freely. Mind maps thrive on exploration before refinement. Step 4. Connect and enhance. Draw links between related branches to reveal hidden relationships. This is where insight emerges. Use color to categorize ideas, icons to create visual cues, and keywords to trigger memory. Each visual element strengthens neural associations. Step 5. Review and refine. Step back and observe the whole map. Rearrange, simplify, or expand where needed. Mind maps are living structures. Iteration is not a flaw, it's the point. Each refinement deepens clarity and understanding. Tools to try. Go analog with paper and markers for maximum creative freedom, or digital with tools like Canva, Figma, or MindMeister for collaboration, scalability, and easy revision. Pro tips for mastery. Use hierarchy. thicker branches for primary ideas, thinner ones for details. Add emotions or curiosity-driven questions to engage deeper cognitive processing. And practice daily, even on simple tasks like planning your week. Consistency trains your brain to think visually and strategically by default. When practiced regularly, mind mapping stops being a technique it becomes a thinking style. One that cuts through complexity, accelerates learning, and turns overwhelming information into clear, actionable insight. In the end, mind mapping is more than a productivity technique. It's a cognitive upgrade. By translating complexity into visual structure, you bypass mental overload, strengthen understanding, and unlock creative breakthroughs that linear thinking often hides. Ideas stop competing for attention and start working together. When you mind map, you're not just organizing information. You're training your brain to see patterns, anticipate connections, and think strategically. Learning becomes faster. Problem-solving becomes clearer. Creativity becomes deliberate instead of accidental. So, start today. Map a goal. Map a problem. Map your next big idea, and watch how your thinking transforms. What will your first mind map be about? Share it in the comments. Let's learn from each other. If this brought you clarity, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications for more mind mastery insights. Thanks for watching. Clarity isn't something you find, it's something you build.